So
Okay.
that's just the way that it is. Unfortunately, welcome to Pennsylvania. It's nothing but fucking underground mines that are shifting houses forward. So if you get that 30-year mortgage, you end up with 15 years of your house not being sunken into a fucking hole, which is wonderful.
Yeah, in Nebraska they have street creep. And my friend bought a house and just spent $50,000 street creeping it. So the street doesn't move the foundation. I'm like, when the hell did streets get a mind of their own and start creeping?
Elm Street was a perfect example.
2026. That's when.
That's when it happened.
Hello, everybody in Facebook Live Land. We are the Podguys Podcast, bringing it to you live as we do, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. I am Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, we have the ever-loving Picasso, fresh from May the 4th, be with you. The creator of all things at the Chewy. He puts the Chewy in Chewbacca.
There you go.
And why Oda? Why not? Why Oda? Sparky.
And Sparky's there with the big board. He's got the lightsabers inside of the letter H, just in case you were wondering what was going on. That is not a visual effect that we had to pay for right there. Sparky is coming to us for free. So take that, ChatGPT.
Yeah, suck it.
We will one day have to replace you with AI, Sparky. You know that, right? You'll have to you'll be beyond the grave, Sparky.
Easily done. Done.
You know, they're paying us to do it, right?
Perfect. It just popped up on my screen. It said, "Hey, do you want to start AI?"
These algorithms are super quick, man. They are super quick.
Today we are joined by a Foursquare, fresh from her Kill Tony debut. You've been in the comedy business for a little while, but Kill Tony got a little slice of the Don Smith.
Yeah.
Of course, we have Don Smith.
Thank you so much.
Don, are you, when people do look at you on stage, they don't see you coming with your material or your written jokes or your attitude or your personality, because you have to catch them off guard just by the way you look. You got the glasses, you have a very nice way you look about yourself, and then bam, here you come with the jokes. Here you come. There you go. Got the
dicks and dildos aplenty.
Dicks and dildos.
But isn't that the best? The shock part of comedy. I love that part of it.
Of course. So we have to ask, of course, starting off, your Kill Tony debut was on the WrestleMania feature of Kill Tony. If you guys haven't watched it, check it out on YouTube. The full length is there. You'll see Don getting in there after a particular person. Now, did the person before you bomb their set?
Yes. Mataconda was his name.
Okay.
And yeah, Cole ran him backstage to go on stage. I saw him come up on the TV backstage. And then I looked at him and Cole was already at the door saying, "Red Dawn, you're next. Let's go." They're kicking him off stage.
So let's build a little ambiance for the audience there, Don. We're going to build a little ambiance. We're going to set the stage, as they say. The stage is set. Now, of course, you go to this particular audition / Kill Tony event. Did you have tickets to get in? Was it like an open call? Was it just like...
No, they said to look on Kill Tony, and I asked my friend that understands social media more than me, and he sent me the flyer for it, and they had 2 registering times, one from 12 to 2 and one from 7 to 8. So I'm like, well, heck, I'm going to go and relax all day instead of stress all day. So, and of course, I'm from that age group where you show up on time, so you're ready to go at that time. So, and traffic was great in Vegas that day. Found a parking place.
Oh, Don, hold on now. Hold on. That is just a professional thing to do. There is a start time. You were there for the start time. That's show time, and that's a good thing to always have. there have been instances where, people who know comedians personally, they're like, oh, who cares if he's late? We'll bump him here. We'll put them there. And that has always pissed me off, where it's just like, then don't show up. Then don't come here. You want full and total transparency. And normally, the ones that are late all the time, you don't see them around as much. The ones that brag about being late all the time, they're always on time. And it's just like a persona to go towards. And, by the way, there are writers out there, there are performers, and there are very few writer performers out there. I'm sure you write your own jokes as a value to yourself, because, when you're working for yourself in that field, I've been doing that 16 years. When you're working for yourself in the field, you have to write a joke that nobody could steal, right? So it has to be good enough, personalized for yourself enough, and then B, of course, perform as if it's fresh and brand new every night. So you get out there. They say, Don Red, you're ready to roll out there. How much time were you told to do?
Well, there you only get 60 seconds.
Get the fuck out of here. 60 seconds.
That's you only get 60 seconds. And then afterwards, it's an interview. So, okay, William Montgomery, they did the crowd. Let's back up a little bit. When I went there,
that's all right. Let's rewind.
Let's rewind. So when I went to the venue, I was a half hour early because traffic was great. Found a parking place, right?
Yeah.
So I was just hanging out, watching them set up the lines to register. And they'd set everything out and then they left. And I was just sitting there on the floor waiting. It was very cute. These two good-looking, handsome men came up and asked what was going on. And of course, I told them it was a hookers convention, a retired hookers convention, and asked them if they wanted to go. And they said, well, when is it? So then we started talking, and it was
whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah. So we talked, and I told them I was there for Kill Tony, and one of them knew what it was. The other one didn't. And I said, well, since I'm trying out, let me do my 60 seconds for you. And they let me do it right there for them. And they were cracking up. So that really made me feel better about it. And it kind of gave me some timing, because the timing at 60 seconds on Kill Tony.
Quick.
That's quick, yeah.
So quick.
It's so quick. It's like insane. So, then everybody signs up. I went home and chilled, and then came back at 8:15, was there at 8:00, and the line was around the corner. So thank God to Bert for letting me sneak in line. And they came around with the list and called the people, because everybody's name went in a big bucket. And in production that big, you can't call 250 people in Vegas and find them in a crowd and bring them. It just, you got to bring X amount of people into the group. So there were 10 of us, and they said that we might not get called. And 3 people didn't get called out of the list. So we went backstage then, and they told us what to do, and it was very exciting. And I was just crossing and praying the whole time. Very happy. We were eating bananas. I didn't know Jeff Ross was there. So,
Jeff Ross is the man when it comes to roasts, and his normal
love Jeff,
is
Jeff
also
Ross. Love him.
Also,
his love was so big for me. Oh my God, it was the best feeling ever. So then I saw Mataconda walking back, and he was like this and all unhappy. And I'm like, but you did it, And then I went backstage, and I was the curtain holders were there. And then Heidi and the other girl, and I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. She is just wonderful too. Came up, and Heidi's ass. Oh, mwah. That woman is so beautiful, beautiful. And I got to squeeze Kevin.
Would you switch sides for her?
No.
Honest answer.
Apparently not that beautiful.
There's always body appreciation. You can appreciate somebody's good-looking body and still be like,
and she
still
was
can't
so sweet and nice, and her just energy around her was beautiful. So she's standing in front of me, and I'm like looking at her ass going, shit, I want to touch it. I want to touch it. Don't do it, Dawn. Don't do it. And then I'm like, last time you grabbed Cam's ass, now he's pulling his pants up. So don't do it. America will hate you.
Yeah.
If Heidi pulls up her pants and doesn't show her ass, they'll come after me.
That got Sparky put on a couple lists just by, not listening to that voice in his head,
So I listened and kept my hands down and got to hug the guy. I was like so nervous and hyped. It was very nice that the curtain man gave me a hug, calmed me down. Then they were booing so loud still from the last comic that the curtain people couldn't hear my name.
Ouch.
So, ouch was right. I was like breaking into sweats at that point. I'm like, stop booing. You aren't even going to know me.
And now, where are you in this lineup as far as like... would you say you're like 30 people in, 40 people in?
No, I'm second.
Oh, you're second, like right out the gate.
And I wish I would have gone out of the gate.
Yeah.
I like going first. You're either going to remember me or you're going to forget me by the end of the night. Yeah, or you're going to forget me. And, the problem with going home happy either way.
Yeah, the problem with going last, though, sometimes, if the people in front of you are so bad and the crowd's like, fuck this, and they're gone,
already fucked.
And then by the time you're like, okay, nobody's here. Okay. So there's that sweet spot in the middle where you get the host, not a Kill Tony, but like a normal show, host doing 10, 15 minutes, sometimes 20, depending on how many comics are there. And then you have first comic brought up, talking maybe 15, 20 minutes as well. Second one coming up, maybe 30 if they got the time, or more or less, right? Wiggle room's there. But there's that sweet spot in the middle where if you are that second comic coming up or the third out of fourth, you could really, find the part of the crowd where if it's the last comic up, say if you're the last one there and everyone else kicked some ass. Well, you don't know if your jokes are that good or if the crowd's that warmed up, or if your jokes are going to be not as good as the ones before because every subject's already been picked apart.
Every room is different.
So
every room is different.
So it's the preference. I mean, the preference on standing out. Obviously, make sure there's a crowd there. How many people were there? Did you estimate?
I was told 18,000.
18,000. That's a good clip, right?
Yeah, it was an extraordinary amount of energy. There was a group of men. Okay, so outside before we went in, the wrestlers were all in line, the crowd to go in. There was this group of guys that were just booing, and they were standing in line. So I had my Kill Tony thing. I went up, like, what are you guys booing at? He's like, we're just practicing. We're going to boo at every comic in there. Like, oh, fuck you.
What a bunch of dicks.
Like, why? Why? We've been booing all night at wrestling. We're going to boo. I'm like, this is going to be fun. So
the boo crew.
Yeah. So they were on a roll with booing. And I think you'll hear Jeff Ross say, I don't care if you boo her or not, because they were just on a roll with it. And it's wrestling mania. So don't boo. Mama telling you no. The Cougars saying don't boo or you won't get any.
Don, what would you give to the nasty little boys who are booing you in the audience?
A good spanking and a
good
great
spanking.
Flogging. A great flogging.
Flogging.
Yes. Maybe with
flogging or flogging?
Maybe with the cat's tail. We'll go a little Kuta Kinte on them.
There's the flogging.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah, there's a rooted joke.
There's a rooted experience in that.
Yeah,
show.
Exactly. There's not some. I mean, I don't think that show would make it nowadays. I'm just throwing it out there.
No,
because of the harshness of the whole thing. It's just
even back in the day when I had the Dawn of Sex radio show, we actually taught people how to do that properly. And I did it at the Erotic Heritage Museum here in Vegas.
Nice.
And I was kicked off. The feds called me. I got in some massive trouble.
Oh, no.
Please do not hit anybody or beat anybody. Yeah, it was like major abuse. And I'm like, no, but I massaged for the Olympics. You've already checked me out.
That's the thing, though. You have a lot of people that, maybe they were committing a crime, right? And they just so happen to have your show on, and now they can use you as a scapegoat. Like, oh no, I wasn't torturing this person. I was listening to that Dawn show, and
yeah, we were giving happy endings to the Dawn show.
Things got a little out of control, and now she looks like that, and he looks like. I mean, one person died and everything, but Sparky has got something on the big board now. Sparky he has no video camera, no camera at all, but he has artistic ability out the wazoo to show everyone in great detail of what is going on throughout the week, or what we're just talking about right now. So Sparky, flip that big board around and show us what you're all about.
I'm scared.
Hey, the Spear is here in Vegas. Looks like a butt plug. It's Dawn Smith. Boo! Butt plugs. Boo!
Good job, Sparky. Good job.
That is amazing. Yes, now I see myself at the Sphere.
Yeah, you can see. Now, that was that. Now, for our non-viewing audience, Don, you can say that was probably the most accurately drawn picture you've ever seen in your life.
That was so tight.
My God. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
See, for the people that aren't watching right now, they're missing out on Sparky's detail.
Between a butt plug and a sphere, it was perfect.
Not a lot of butt plug. Like, that's many things I don't understand, where somebody says to themselves one day, I'm just going to shove something up there all day.
Well, this one looked like it had ample parking, which is...
That's true. That's true.
Plus in Vegas.
So let's talk about your radio show, Don. What was it about? You said it was basically sex, but was it informational sex? Was it questions? Was it informative? What was it?
It was highly informative. Mm-hmm. It was everything from fixing relationships to Toy Tuesday I was lucky enough to pick up people on the street and bring them into the studio and have them engage with either toys or conversations.
So I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
And here it comes. Toy Tuesday. Mm. You can call yourself a sexual being, Don.
Yes.
There are many toys out there for pleasuring yourself. Is there something that is on the market that was so scary that Tony, it even intimidated yourself?
They had that, Tony, they had that one Randy Newman song about dildos. It was, "You Got a Friend in Me."
The ones that scared me the most are...
There's gotta be at least something.
Where you said to yourself, that is more of a weapon than a sex toy. Where you,
oh yeah,
how does that, like, no, that's a baseball bat. That is not a sex toy.
Like the creature ones, like the octopus one, the
freaky, right?
Yeah,
stuff like that. Why do I want to put anything from the bottom of the ocean in my hoo-ha? They have other things that look like stuff I'd want in there, not a crustacean of some sort.
There you go. There you go. Beautiful.
Where, the gynecologist turns into the guy that scrapes boats as well. He's looking inside there. He's like, I think we're going to need a boat.
Time.
How did you get barnacles inside of the walls of your vagina? We'll never know, but
that's for the OBGYN and the resting.
Yeah, they have a don't ask, don't tell policy there now in Vegas.
But that was the great thing about Toy Tuesday was first Deja Vu sponsored it. So they had thousands of toys to pick from. And I had a gay co-host. So we got both sides of the experience of the toy. So that was really nice. I think sex should be well-rounded with your information and your experience so you can make choices that are right for you. Because I know a lot of times in life, your environment and things happen to you, and then
Preach on, Don. Preach on.
Well, then you make sexual choices that aren't really of you and how God created you.
That's
and
true.
I think a lot of that, excuse me, is, I'm going to step way out on the limb on this one, but I know from talking to people that a lot of that right now, how everybody's transgender or this or that or searching and they don't know. I think it's because they've all been abused as a child.
Yeah, you might be onto something there.
When you're abused as a child, that's your foundation. So that's how you see yourself. And I'll tell you, my son came to me in junior high and said, we had a whole talk about junior high. And he's like, Mom, and he had some very weird friends. He goes, Mom, he goes, you can change who you like when you go into junior high. And I'm like, what? And we started talking and I'm like, he's like, well, I like girls now. He goes, but when I go into junior high, he goes, I can like boys and it's okay. And I'm like, is it okay? And I listen to him and I'm like, I go, is that really what you feel inside or what society's telling you in your environment? Because ever since you were a little kid, you would walk up to stores and hit bottoms and say, beautiful, can I help you? And it's like, I know no gay man that's ever done that. No gay child. But I think that just comes from people being abused and parents not realizing it, or the kid portrays it as curiosity when it's really abuse. I think that one thing that is the biggest key for parents, and even if you're an aunt or an uncle, if you're anybody in a child's life and you're not abusing them, family members, and it usually comes from family members or somebody very close to the family, but no child, especially from 1 to 8 or 10, is going to act out unless there is a problem in their life. Like, my child's not going to not all of a sudden just stop doing his homework and say that he just doesn't want to. No, something else deeper is going on. And I think the parents need to come back to center with their children and watch them. This is good for you because you'll know when you've got a girl.
Yeah, no, so I'm loving what you're saying there. When we were back, and you remember, there was when we had people talking to children, such as like a Mr. Rogers or a Mr. whoever the fuck knows what the hell their names were, but it was always the theme, right? There was always a theme of
a healthy environment, moral value theme.
The one theme that was always there, right, is self-love, is that you should love yourself because no one is like you in this world except for you. And that makes you special because there's something you can do that somebody else in this whole entire world could never do. And just because you haven't figured it out yet doesn't mean that it's not there. So there was this.
You've heard it here first on the Podguys Podcast.
This is just me repeating stuff, dude. This is just like, and that was instilled in children continuously to give them the sense of confidence that is always needed because, you have parents back in those days. They're drinking every day in some scenarios. They're smoking cigarettes, throwing toxins in the air constantly, calling their kids worthless because they can't do stuff. And that's the generation of parents that came from another generation of parents that used to try to one up each other on how bad did you beat your kids today because they didn't act like the dog over there who has his own fucking TV show and accountant. That's a Lassie reference, but that's great. Just throwing it out there, though, that nowadays they're worried. It seems like they're worried about children having their feelings hurt because there has been a voice that has been paid attention to. And it's an important voice of people that have been bullied for being either gay or trans, right? And then
my God.
So this is the voice that's being listened to. So then they said, okay, let's take that into accountability and amplify it and see if we can find if we can just end the bullying by making it such an overwhelming blanket of acceptance, right? Even though, like you're saying, there is definitely an underlying issue there.
Underlying tone somewhere.
In 9 out of 10 cases, there's an underlying issue. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I grew up a redhead in Lincoln, Nebraska, where the only other redheads were mass murderers. So don't talk to me about
that. Says a lot for you, Don.
I mean, give me a goddamn break.
I'm just saying this is where the compensation is coming in, where they say bullying, and this isn't me saying it. I'm just repeating the rhetoric. All right, I don't agree with the rhetoric, but I'm repeating it. They say bullying leads to psychological murders in the school, and they come in there and they wanted to shoot up the school because they were bullied so hard. Right.
Well, are they really that smart if they go in and shoot up the school and don't put bombs underneath the cars where the kids are going to go to in the parking lot?
You're right. They should learn the bomb thing. I mean, or just make a video game called School Shooter. Let them get it out of their system.
Or not. Let's go with what Sparky has up on the big board.
Sparky on the big board. Speaking of creatures in the hoo-ha, hey, Madonna. Oh my God. There is something.
Oh my God. Okay. You want a fact?
We're ready.
In large people that cannot be x-rayed in the hospital, usually large people with folds. Mm-hmm. What is the number one thing that the hospital finds in folds of fat?
Oh, I'm gonna guess Snicker bars.
Oh, I'm gonna say jizz.
This was my second. I think we're a little right.
Ham sandwiches.
Full ham sandwiches.
Ham sandwiches. But can you imagine eating ham sandwiches on your stomach? You start with 10. You don't remember at 8 how many you had.
No wonder homeless girls
always to look, and one slides in.
No wonder homeless girls always want to blow 600-pound guys. They got a ham sandwich out of it.
Snacks for later.
Yeah, that's not a roast beef sandwich.
I just thought that was a fun fact.
That is a fun fact. Yeah, that's.
Speaking of fun facts, I looked up a fun fact because I wanted to know. Is it true? What is the average penis size of men across the world?
Yeah,
United States isn't even close.
5.5 inches.
Something like that.
The United States is roughly 5.5 inches. Let me see here. 5.6 inches to be exact.
There you go.
Somebody's out there doing the work.
They've been mixing the races, so it grows more.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. But someone leads the pack, Don. Someone leads the pack at a whopping 7.1 inches average size.
That's someone in Africa or Ethiopia or someplace like that.
Nope, it's at Sparky's house.
Sparky's house.
7.1 inches.
Sparky, who's living with you? Who is that guy? Sparky's in trouble.
Sparky's swimming in pussy.
That's Sparky's way of him saying somebody broke into his house, but he's not saying nothing.
That's true. So it is the Sudan. The Sudan.
There you go.
Comes in at a whopping 7.1, And then the Congo, DR Congo, is also 7.1 inches as well.
I want to know when
slightly under the centimeter range.
Tony, I want to know when we all start changing into these warped alien type things that now they're throwing out there. You know, they're saying that in 47,000 years, we're supposed to look like this type. Have you heard about this, Don? So there's this woman, and she has been all over TikTok, right? Specifically, my algorithm, there have been 12 scientists that have been kidnapped, right? There's this woman that's talking about, they're called the P47s or whatever, right? P47 means 47,000 years from this time. And they look like aliens. I guess the aliens are supposed to be time travelers that just visit and pop in from time to time. And some of them have even put their ships underground into the water. But these aliens are only mentioned in specific detail whenever anybody asks about who's on the Jeffrey Epstein blacklist right there. Then they're like, all right, we got you an answer. Right after aliens. You don't like aliens, right?
What? I don't know. I've seen a UFO.
Nice.
And I've also seen a ghost.
Well, you're on the Nevada area. So was it a ghost or a gas leak? Or was that ghost really an alien entity? The only reason I say it is because I don't believe in ghosts for one very good reason. Stay with me on this one, all right?
Okay.
If a man has ever had a wet dream, how do you know if that was a real wet dream or were you just raped by a ghost?
Ooh.
I don't think that has anything to do with ghosts, personally.
I mean, it could. I've seen Ghostbusters where Dan Aykroyd got a very convincing ghost blowjob.
Go off in your head to get off. That has got to be
1988 Ghostbusters. Dan Aykroyd got a blowjob from a ghost. Why can't ghosts have sexual? And here's another one. Why doesn't anything else besides
can make you sick? So I'm sure they can do.
They could probably do the other thing, right? But why doesn't anything else get a ghost? Why don't dogs get a ghost? Why don't cockroaches get a ghost? And Terminex people are like, I don't know why you still hear the cockroaches. They're definitely all dead. Maybe it's the ghost cockroaches.
It's the ghost of thousands of cockroaches that have died.
Of them, right? Yeah, they're all like, hi. Oh, your house was built on ancient cockroach burial ground. And see what I mean?
This is all just my information from my coma, visiting purgatory, and experiencing seeing the ghost.
Cool.
Or the spirit.
We're ready. Is this your life-changing event, Don?
Okay.
I don't know about that.
No.
It does make you think.
What the fuck? You just said you're in coma. You saw a ghost in the... And then Tony says, was this a life-changing thing? And you're like, well, probably not.
Yeah.
But the pain from the coma overtook it for so many decades afterwards.
Fuck it from the Kill Tony bucket.
I've never seen the coma at that time in my life as something amazing. It was always something very painful that was miserable. So it's just now that I've started seeing it in a different light. But so the spirit first, it was a lovely day in Vegas, little windy, all the doors were open. We lived in we just bought a Cholo house.
Yeah.
And we'd had the church over several times to pray on it and holy water and oil and stuff. And it still felt weird to me.
Now, I'm sorry. Instruct me on what a Cholo house is.
It's just gang Mexicans. There were a lot of holes in the wall, bullet holes.
So it's like a little beatnik shack in the barrio.
Yeah. Like the neighbors were really glad we bought the house. In fact,
because they wouldn't get shot at anymore.
Yeah, the Mexicans that worked with my husband at that time helped us move, and it was like,
at Home Depot,
going to the Cholo house
at Home Depot.
Like,
at Home Depot, yeah.
So yeah, needless to say, after we moved out, the sheriff showed up several times looking for people. It was a real gang house.
Jesus.
So anyway, one afternoon,
it's great that they have great information, right?
Yeah. Well, definitely if you ever move into a house, call all the law enforcements and tell them you live there and nobody else does anymore.
I usually just call Saul.
There you go.
It's a Breaking Bad reference right there.
When they
love the Breaking Bad
down your door.
right there. The Nevada, there are Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona that has record amounts of UFO sightings right there.
And Utah, I saw the UFO in Utah.
Nice.
And that's a quicker story. Let's go that too. So the UFO in Utah, I just had my child changing him on the nightstand, right? The changing table, which looked out over the Wasatch Mountains in Salt Lake City. It was beautiful. And it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I just looking out the window and I see like this hieroglyphic orb, right? It's like the kind you see on the Discover Channel. Okay. It looks like a hieroglyphic and it changes colors and you can think you see something, but you can't. And it like changes all the time. Well, it was in my backyard over the telephone pole by the neighbor's house. And it did a distinct pattern really quick, like Star Wars quick, right? Because it didn't it didn't come from anywhere. It just appeared. Right? Like I looked out, nothing was there. I looked up and it was there, but it didn't like come in from somewhere.
You could probably fart faster.
And then it moved really quick and it went back and it did the same pattern 3 times. And then like in Star Wars where it just goes and then it's gone, it did that and like just disappeared. It was incredible.
No, where's the baby during all this? Because
okay, so the baby.
There you are changing, and you're like, oh, baby shit again. Great, gotta change a diaper.
I'm changing the diaper. Looking, I just left the baby. I went in, woke Dean up, and said, "There's a flying saucer in the backyard. Come down." I didn't even tie the baby down. Thank God he stayed on the thing. And he went in. I think my husband stayed with the baby because we had cameras all over the house.
You're like, Dean, look at the flying saucer, and there goes the baby. The baby's like levitating and shit.
Oh shit! I would have ran for that because my friend told me she was abducted. No way. And then she told me
the baby has no diaper on. He's shitting everywhere.
No. Abductions, that's a real thing. People get abducted sometimes.
So my friend told me that she was abducted. Told me what they did to her, and she's like, Dawn, they planted something way deep inside of my brain. I know it, and it's going to kill me. Well, 25 years later, what did she die of? An inoperable thing in their head.
Tumor?
Yeah, well, they didn't call it a tumor because they couldn't define what it was. It didn't look like a tumor, right? So she passed away.
Jeez.
But so back to the story of the son's there, my husband's with the son. I'm naked and I run and get the camera on the bar. I take it outside and I'm taking pictures of the spaceship, right? And I'm naked outside.
Wait. Rewind a little bit here. Because I was kind of
I don't
There you go. I'm like, wait, you're naked, you're changing a baby, you're going to get Dan, and then
it's also kind of an insult that the aliens wanted to hightail out of there once you run out of the house naked. They're like, well,
they did another pattern. But
did they not know? Did they not know who you were?
I was freaking out because then I started thinking of Sherry and how they took her, and I'm like, fuck, they're gonna take me with no clothes. Where will they drop me off at? Because Sherry
were you ready for the anal probing done?
Well, no, but Sherry said when they took her, she used to get dropped off in different places, and then
that sounds more like Xanax and alcohol. But it could have.
I was gonna say it sounds like a homeless woman. You could drop her off anywhere.
Not at 6, yeah.
But not that young.
No.
But anyway, so I freaked out and came back inside and watched it from inside.
Smart move.
Okay, so now the spirit in the house. Doors open, windows open, sitting there, and I'm by the bar in the family room, and all of a sudden I like break out into sweats and I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Bobby, I don't feel good at all. He looks at me, he goes, yeah. He goes, I know why. He goes, a spirit. And I felt better all of a sudden. He goes, a spirit just came out of you. And I'm like, what? And he goes, he's coming back around again. And all of a sudden I started feeling even more sick. And he goes, yeah, it's inside you now. And I'm like, grab the cross, grab the sage. So we grabbed the cross and the sage and the Bible. And my son was literally telling me where it was in every room. And after we prayed in every room, it couldn't go back that way. And so we were moving it upstairs towards the house. And then the last room was my son's room. And I'm like, oh, hell no, not in Jesus' name. You ain't staying in here. And I told Bobby to open up the window. And I saw him from like his rib cage down. And I described him to my son. And my son confirmed it and then even told me more detail. But it was in a black cape and it had long arms. It did it more like the character with the sickle, the devil with the sickle.
The Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
More like that, but he didn't have a face. So I think from my coma that those are, I don't really know what the hell they are. I know they
maybe. I mean, it's possible. It's possible you're on a different frequency now, and that is something that you saw. And since your husband is so connected to yourself, he's also on that same frequency. That no, I don't know.
No,
well, then I have no answers.
Nothing. No, my son is very connected and very telepathic. Like I have visions and stuff like that, and can tell. Like Tony, on Kill Tony, I woke up Friday morning as if I'd already been on stage and the excitement of already going on Kill Tony. It was the weirdest thing ever. It was like I transcended into a different plane and knew what the future was. Nice. Now, if I could just find a slot machine and do that.
Yeah, what the hell? Where's that slot machine at? Well, we do know where Sparky's big board's at right now. Sparky, flip that board around. We'll see what's going on here. It says, hey, the alien did not like the roast beef. Oh, shit.
Arby's.
That's an old roast beef joke right there, if you catch my drift. Is at the Arby's.
I love it. Sparky, I love you.
John's got the beef.
It's through the drive-through. Not a sponsor, but Arby's does have a pulled pork sandwich. I guess they're trying to pass off as pork. Perfectly fine, I guess, right? Pork-ish. Yeah, all barbecue, a little bit of pork, a little bit of whatever else could be in there. That's it's fast food. What do you expect?
Yeah.
The giving water. Now people are seeing the giving water where your name should be, right? Yes. Now it says the giving water. Could you tell us a little bit about the giving water?
That is my nonprofit. And what we do, I don't have any bottles with me, but what we do is we proudly display, we turn our businesses, our sponsors, we tap into their advertising and marketing money and turn that into nonprofit money. Then we do all their community social responsibility by proudly displaying their logo on thousands of labels of the giving water, with the QR code on the back and, of course, positive words on the label to energize the water. Then we take that water and put it in one of our distribution centers. Like I'm working on a retirement community now that has 12 different buildings in Las Vegas. So the elderly won't have to go out or pay somebody to get their water. It'll just be in the building for them. So they stay hydrated, because elderly dehydration is more causes in the hospital. It shuts down kidneys, creates heart failure. It has a whole bunch of side effects that are just shitty.
I've seen a crazy thing on TV several months ago, and I was watching this article, not to say an article, it was a TV show about the underground sewers of Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well that's a whole different trashy story.
No, just the amount of people that are down there living in the sewers, because it's cool.
Well, what we would do is take the giving water and co-sponsor with the charity that goes underground. to the homeless people in the tunnels. They're all heroin addicts. There's not like they're normal people. Don't give the impression that normal homeless people are living underground in Vegas. They are mostly crack and heroin junkies, people that have no.
Don, I think you're right that if there was money down the sewers, a fucking casino would open up there, no problem.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like
it's
I
crazy
think they set up slot machines down in the tunnels
that don't want any help. Let's help the single parents that are left homeless by their ex-husbands. Let's help the people that really don't want to be homeless and that are productive in life.
Let's pay families more to stay together than they were to get off of a child support. That's what that's the idea I get behind, because it's easier it's easier for, a woman or a man or each one of them to say, like, why am I keeping you around when I could just get alimony or child support? There should be a penalty, and there should also be there should be some money given to people that are married for more than 5 years, so that way you can't just get married and be like, where's that fucking money, sort of thing. Can't scam it that way, just a little bit of different.
Women, let me tell you something.
We're ready. We're ready.
Well, I want to finish my nonprofit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Before we veer off.
Yes. What we do is we take those businesses and we put them on the bottle of water. Then we take the water and it goes in our distribution center, or we attach it to another charitable community event. So then you and I and Kevin, we can all go out and purchase our water needs for our favorite charity and become givers, no longer remaining consumers.
I like how it's a simple thing. It's as simple as water, but it's not only essential for keeping people
life-sustaining,
for keeping people healthy and happy and hydrated, but it's making its way around with not just positive messages on there, but also through community fundraisers as well. So it's kind of the vertical integration of a nonprofit all around. And you know what? You could either give your money to the Giving Water that gives back, or you can give it to stupid fucking Aquafina. Dasani.
Aquafina isn't even going to take your money. You're just going to be a consumer and buy that like you're buying meat or egg.
That's true.
Yep.
Right? The Giving Water is meant to elevate everybody.
Yeah.
On the same level. So it's a win-win-win. Businesses add to their brand and they actually do and are seen doing community social responsibility. Charities receive water and funds they didn't think were possible. And you and I now walk around with a bottle of the Giving Water, knowing that we care about our community. Think of it, you're a single guy, you're walking down the street. You see two women, totally same amount of beauty, right? One has Fuji water and the other one has the Giving Water. Who are you going to go with? The good heart or the superficial heart that's going to take you for money and make you buy a $10 bottle of water?
Your
bank account.
I don't really, I judge people on a lot of stuff, but I don't really judge them on which water they have. I would be more curious. I'd be more curious on what the Giving Water is because I hadn't heard of it before. Now I've heard of Fuji because that's, branded big-time billion-dollar corporation.
I'm just saying water has a status level.
Everything has a status level. Absolutely.
Right.
Everything. Yeah.
And if you're buying water from Costco or Sam's Club or Albertsons or Kroger, you're on the bottom chain, whether somebody's buying Fuji water or Smart water or something like that.
We could be 100% sure that people that drink the Giving Water do not live in the sewers of Las Vegas, like Tony stated earlier.
Yeah.
Let's not say that because water's for everybody. I'm just saying that I'm not making it for those people. Those people are
it's not for the crackheads.
Insurance. Those people are not going to go, hire a plumber or electrician for their house. Those people are not going to invest back into the community.
They're going to put some of that Giving Water in a spoon.
Invested, in a torch and a rig. The Giving Water is not about that at all. It's about thriving in the community. It's about being there for disasters. Like California catches on fire every year.
Don, can we say that the Giving Water is about giving hope?
It's about giving hope and hydration and more. It's about enabling you to give as an individual without affecting your budget.
Sparky
because
might have
you're
an ad.
already spending money on water, so why not make a donation to a charity for
Sparky
it?
might
There
have
you
an
go.
advertisement there for you on Sparky's big board, so you might be able to use this for the Giving Water. Sparky, flip that around. We got to come in the Podguys Podcast water. Hey, anybody want ice with your? Hey, come back.
I'd love to supply water for you, and every time you take a drink, we'll put your sponsors on the bottle and we attach it to a charity you want.
Beautiful.
How much is the sponsorship? What money is the Giving Water looking to take?
Sponsorship starts at $5,000.
$5,000. So just
Nothing.
for barely anything. If you are a multi-million-dollar company, that is less money than radio time, less money than TV. Real people are having the product in their hand and they are hydrating. Also, you'd be a part of the Giving Water family. It feels like a big family environment. Am I right on that?
Yes. Please call me 702-808-2305. Let's get started with giving and hydrating.
Don Smith
today.
of the Giving Water. The Giving Water.
Right.
So let's make a small detour, Don. We're gonna take a small detour.
Okay, let me tell one thing first. My
All
real
right, go
name
for it.
is not Don Smith.
Oh
my God!
No!
This whole time. What the fuck? No.
How dare you have
My
a stage
real-
name?
Just for the Giving Water purposes, I could care less. But my real name is Don Weir, and my son's name is Bob Weir, and he did not pass away a month ago. So,
Well, that's good.
I just wanted to make that clear because you'll go to the website and see Don Weir and say, "Who is this?" And just some mean girls got my name taken away on Facebook.
Assholes.
All
of them.
bastards.
Those Tiffany women.
Those Tiffany's. How dare they?
We're going to put the Giving Water link there in the comments and continue to do the copy and paste thing there.
Thank you.
Now, Don, I don't know if
Water.
you've ever seen our show, and that's okay if you haven't. What we do as a podcast is we talk about daily activity, and we kind of throw a little comedic spin on it, as far as weird news per se.
I love that. Okay.
So, of course, we try to get as much from our guest as possible. We try to get information, we try to get their opinion, we try to get them involved in our shenanigans as much as possible.
Okay, let's go.
Now, I don't know if you've seen or not. But there is a lovely story about J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan Chase, to be exact, in the news lately.
Okay.
And it was I don't know if it's not necessarily a hoax story, but it was brought up to some pretty credible stuff where in May 2026, a high-profile sexual harassment suit was filed against J.P. Morgan Chase, one of their executives. Now, she is a beautiful woman. Perfect in every way.
Wow.
It went viral before facing significant scrutiny, and the lawsuit filed by former employee Chirayu Rana was withdrawn for correction following reports that key allegations were contradicted by internal investigation. So
Sounds
I'm
like Watergate.
guessing, yeah, it sounds like Watergate. It sounds like a lot of shit was going on. Things were investigated because things needed to be investigated. Now, things by J.P. Morgan Chase usually are investigated unless they're kind of credible, especially with a little bit of information. But Lorna Hajdini, a female executive director with J.P. Morgan, has denied sexual harassment allegations were made against her in a lawsuit this week that quickly went viral on social media. Now, of course, the complaint filed Monday, April 27th in New York, shared lurid details from an ex-JP Morgan employee identified only as John Doe, claiming Hajini coerced him into sex, made racist remarks, and drugged him as well.
Yep.
Wow. Well, first, let's start with coercing a man into sex. That is not hard at all.
No,
So
yeah,
it should not even be a crime.
As of right now, you're doing this podcast from under my desk.
Exactly. And look at how great your show's going.
It's going great. Going great right now.
What a large desk you have, Tony. Some kind of...
I know. Look at all the pictures under there.
Is there an earthquake going on or what?
Oh,
Hajini then allegedly removed her shirt, fondling her breast, and racially insulting Doe's wife, remarking, "I bet your little Asian fish head wife doesn't have these cannons." The complaint reads, Doe claims she then forcibly removed his pants and performed oral sex on him after he, against his will. He continued to protest and began, like, this may be the first man in corporate history saying, "Stop
corporate history.
Get the fuck off of me."
First of all, he's a man and he can't slap a bitch away if he doesn't want it.
Yeah. You know what? He might have been a short man.
Well, still, you can get a ladder. I'm sure she has a chair in the office. Something.
Well, WrestleMania teaches everybody about ladder matches. I mean, that would be that would be a good time. The complaint says she repeatedly reminded him that she owned him and that she controlled his promotion and bonus, which he understood as a threat that she would block both if he refused. Twice, Doe claims that Hadinji proposed him oral sex in the office, and one occasion asking for a birthday blowjob, brown boy, my little brown boy. What the fuck is going on here? Sparky with the goddamn board. Sparky, flip it around. We need to see what's going on here. Hey. Meanwhile, at the Coldplay concert, oh wait, here we go again. Stay down.
Stay down.
Stay down. Tony, there's another story out there from Brandon Cooks, right? This is my mom. She works at JP Morgan Chase and has recently been slandered in the news by disgruntled ex-employee. My mother, Lorana, is loving and has always put family first and taught me the importance of respect, hard work, standing up for what's right. And the comments in here are just outstanding.
Phenomenal, by the way. 3.2 thousand.
My God. Rob Mack says, Brandon, I'm your new dad. Can we go fishing if you want? Like, holy shit. Like, they're coming at this kid hard, man. You know, she bought him a PS5 Pro and pre-ordered GTA 6 to post this, says Chad DeShanzo. Saying that it's a fake post, because who says that about their mom when like when I was this kid's age,
was abused.
when I was this kid's age, I never said, "How dare you say that about my mom? She doesn't fucking blow people at JP Morgan Chase, and I'll prove it by posting something online." Like, what the fuck? These
seriously, why is it always Braden, Jaden, Caden, Hayden?
Oh my God.
Somebody.
Aiden, I will do it. Aiden is my life. I will go to nursing school for 2 years and then drink every night afterwards.
Yeah, done.
So what country was she from?
What's
Where
that?
was she from? Afghanistan? What country did it say?
No, she's JP Morgan. She's it doesn't say where she's from, but the last name does suggest Middle Eastern descent. Doesn't look that way from the pictures. She's very waspy blonde looking, very very attractive in traditional kind of ways. Gary Condon says, if you need a stepfather, I can apply for that position as well. What the fuck? Everyone now is telling this kid who is sticking up for his mom, supposedly, that they'd like to be his stepdad. Like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
this is why the internet doesn't solve. The internet doesn't solve these problems. They just exacerbate them. It's a snowball effect. Go on. Sorry there, Don.
Hey, I think it's a woman from the Middle East somewhere. They've been suppressed forever. So she should get a free pass, a free old woman pass, a free cougar pass, so to speak.
Okay. So this is not the free pass that we thought that it was. The play-by-play is she allegedly drugged him, forced Viagra down his throat, and made him sleep with her while threatening to destroy his career if he refused. Her alleged words were, if you don't fuck me soon, I'm going to ruin you. Never forget, I fucking own you. Now, Dawn, this kind of sounds like hot role play. Am I right?
Well, it sounds like two of my old bosses.
Right? Oh, two.
So, well, just the ones that talked and threatened me that way. The other ones were just all handsy.
Oh.
But
yeah, you always get one or the other.
Handsy motherfuckers.
You know, I don't know. I think it's time women start touching. What the hell?
You heard it here first. And Don Smith said more women need to start touching.
More woman bosses need to take advantage of their young brown boys.
Since I grabbed Cam's ass after the show, I'm like, this is really easy, and they don't seem to care. This is why dirty old men get away with it. I am up in my game.
Yeah.
So
now, is it true that Cam always has a pack of rocks in the back of his?
Within reach, except for Heidi's ass.
True. You should have. You just should have done it.
No. She cover that up, or oh my God, no. That would be terrible.
Cam was always said to have a pack of rocks in the back of his pants.
Hey, Cam's ass feels like the perfect nectarine. It's firm and just perfectly ripe, so it has a little kush. This would be bad, and I don't mean it in a way, but touching Cam, grabbing Cam's ass, and kissing Jeff's head, they have very nice cushies to them.
There you go. A little bit of grip, not too much slip, not too firm. They have
the
golden.
It's not just skull and skin.
Speaking of grip and slip, Sparky, what do you got on the board there?
Give me a bald head, Sparky.
Here it comes.
My mom does not do that stuff. Now I am going for a run. Run, Forrest, run.
I'm going to run right into Mom's bedroom.
Your mama sure does care about your education there, boy.
I don't know. I'm not.
God.
Sexual harassment's all the time. It happens. My God, it happens in comedy every night.
It does happen in comedy. Both ways too. And for the most part, people are just
like
for the most
women
part.
are abusing men in comedy.
Yeah, you could do that. Rosie O'Donnell abused plenty of men. Remember that side kick that she used to have? She's called him a jerk all the time. You know,
what?
He
Calling
probably felt
him a
awful.
jerk and jerking him off are two different things.
Hey, everybody's got. She probably tried that to lose some weight on the shake weight idea. Just jerking them off or whatever the hell.
True.
I'm just saying, if you had any women ask you for sexual favors for stage time or anything like that, no.
Yeah.
You have
at many kind. I've had it asked to me by both men and women. I've overheard it happening. It's when I heard about Louis C.K. jerking off in a room full of women, right? Those women, although he said, hey, you want to watch me do that? And they were all like, oh yeah, this will advance my comedy career.
And we'll pay you.
Oh, okay. No, I just want to watch you jerk off. It ain't got anything to do with comedy unless you're
my take on it is, weren't we all here one time because we thought that we could give everybody a good show and perform and write and perform jokes? Them playing the politics along with the idea is almost as bad as him doing that in front of people. Keep yourself all the way up here when it comes to your ethics and all that nice stuff, because if you're at a party and party shit starts happening, get the fuck out of there and rely on your own talents. Rely on your own talents to get you further and further along. And if you don't have as much talent as you thought you had, keep fucking grinding anyways, because eventually someone's going to hear that joke that you got. They're going to hear a set that you got and say, damn, where the fuck was this XYZ? Everyone wants to take a goddamn shortcut, Don. That's the problem. Everyone wants to take a fucking shortcut, and it's either sucking a dick or getting fucked up the ass. One or the other. One or the other. And I'm fucking sick of it where they say, oh my God, I had no idea now that I'm this far ahead that was the wrong way to do things. Get fucked. Everybody that fucking sucked Harvey Weinstein, you all know what the fuck you did. Okay? Every single one of you that gave him a goddamn massage, you fucking know exactly what you did. All right? So Harvey Weinstein, guilty, sleazy scumbag, big time. But there are actresses out there that need that spotlight shined on them that said, fuck you to him, and got famous anyways. They are out there big time.
But they were talented at some part. You've got to have some talent to go forward in
You
that,
got the Meghan Markles.
No, not true. You don't have to.
I'll tell you right
You
now.
don't
You
have
got the Meghan Markles
I
of the
don't
world
know.
who are complaining about
that-
holding a briefcase for Deal or No Deal. All right. So imagine those women, and those are the ones that made it, and the 50,000 others that tried it. Okay, that tried out, and she wants to complain, saying, "Oh, I felt like a bimbo holding a briefcase." Babe, that was the fucking job. Okay. That's the job you got to do. That's what they wanted for the goddamn show. So you nailed the fucking part. Congratulations. Nobody cares how you felt at the time. In fact, if you felt so bad, I'm sure there's 50,000 other women that didn't make it that would love to hold that briefcase and get the TV time. And instead, she says it from a new pedestal, married to the second heir to the throne, you know, the afterthought, the Harry, Prince Harry, just in case of William, just in case that fucking English goddamn ancestral line goes all wacky. And she gets to play fucking princess for a goddamn.
They already cut off their nose to spite their face.
They did. Yeah.
No, because they're not even royal anymore.
They're gonna write a book about how they're not royal
anymore.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Nobody is royalty. They're all fucking human. This royalty bullshit from goddamn England. You know, we got no king protests over here, and then everybody's getting up for fucking assholes.
Don't even talk to me about that, please.
I'm talking about it because why the fuck not? We got actual kings coming over here with crowns and bullshit, where they're on some kind of corporate welfare bullshit over there in England. They need to all get fucked. Sparky with the news. Kick it over real quick.
But you know that there's no royalty anymore in England.
It's not a party until P. Diddy shows up.
But when they let Prince Andrew go, they cut off all the royal connections.
Of course they did.
Yeah, and then some 24-year-old girl dies mysteriously as well. So you know, there is some kind of
Was that from the Kennedys?
That was from Prince Andrew's bullshit. That girl that he had in the picture with him, she died. Yeah. She had a suicide note, and then she also had a video saying, "I am not killing myself" the whole time. So there's some kind of although they say, there's no actual royalty, there's some kind of weird separation between classes in an extreme way where one side of the world gets to murder and get away with it, and the other side gets to fucking sneeze and get a goddamn fine and in jail for life because that's 3 strikes.
Sparky, you shaking it isn't going to make us get any faster to you.
Did you not watch the OJ trial?
I did watch the OJ trial, yeah, and OJ, by the way, is an innocent man. If you listen to his whole entire testimony, like I have for 4 hours while being interrogated by cops, O.J. Simpson cannot be good at football, acting, and also double murder. Some people aren't even good at attempted murder. They can't get that right. They try their best. And this guy gets 2 murders? Come on. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, that's
You know who's good at trafficking? Do you know who's good at trafficking?
Who's that?
P. Diddy.
What a trafficker.
I was like, I used to be a civil and a traffic engineer.
There you go. It's not a party until P. Diddy shows up. Here comes the slip and slide with the baby oil
right there. Who needs a tank full who needs a Culligan-sized fucking tank of baby oil right there? Hey, Culligan, man, don't fill it with water. Just baby oil.
True.
Baby oil. Yeah. The crazy thing is that we did make a prediction here a couple weeks ago about
did?
We did, Tony. We did. We were right again. We were right.
Who would have known? Who would have known that we would make 2 significant predictions in our lifetime here in this podcast?
2 of them.
I'm excited. Do tell.
2 you.
One was Kanye.
One
was Kanye.
You knew he was crazy?
We knew that he was off his meds and that he played a bush in front of Kim Kardashian's home.
Yeah, he downfired himself as a shrub. That makes any sense.
I thought it was some godly thing in the burning.
So he officially put on. Now this is official, non-official. It was told that he put on a ghillie suit and he went out to the ravine that goes into the Kardashian estate and waited by a tree just to talk to his kids.
I'm sorry, I'm still
as
laughing
they were coming into the estate.
I'm still laughing because Don said I thought it was some godly thing because of the burning bush. Ron Jeremy Ron Jeremy, I said there is no way Ron Jeremy committed a rape. I said it was probably his dick, not him. You know what I mean? And it was.
Men always thinking with their second half.
Well, he was in porn for so long that I thought that he had PTSD, and that was kind of a joke. But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, holy crap! So he stood trial 2 months after that and was acquitted because Ron Jeremy has
mentally ill.
He's got dementia. He did not know where he was at all.
Ron Jeremy is an interesting character.
Oh, he's interesting. It's not the word, but
he had
exactly,
to prove.
But it's the nicest one I could think of.
If sex burns so many calories, how is Ron Jeremy so fat? You know, like how did that not work for him?
Well, that's because he's not really having sex anymore, right?
I would think so. Yeah. I would think so. It's just
that's why Don is so thin.
So we got yeah.
Look at the reach on that tongue.
So Spirit Airlines and JetBlue decided they might want to get together and make one good plane with all the parts they had together. And apparently Congress said no way that it would
hodgepodge, you say, Kevin?
It would create a hodgepodge, a monopoly of sorts of the cheap airline to go to. And this led Spirit Airlines to say, well, fine, I guess we'll just have to fire our 12,000 employees and they'll have to work somewhere else eventually. And Congress said, fine, then do it. Your 12,000 employees are working for a shit organization anyways, and will probably end up working for JetBlue or a reputable airline of some sorts, like an American airline. By the way, fun fact, how the hell does Spirit Airlines go out of business? Now, they've had a lot of complaints. But if there's one airline I would think would go out of business right off the rip, would be Delta Airlines. Because didn't they have the 9/11 plane, Tony?
Did they? Yeah, they did, actually.
And didn't they have the second 9/11 plane? And didn't they have all the 9/11 planes? Like, really? Let that sink in for a hot second. Don't you say to yourself, shit, they are going out of business now. But they never did.
No, they didn't.
Spirit Airlines, though, is no more, Tony. So if you have a flight...
Spirit Airlines is a spirit now.
If you have... They are a spirit of themselves right now. If you have a ticket for Spirit Airlines, you are informed to go to spiritairlines.com and get your $19.99 for that ticket back.
That's true.
Because that's how cheap they were. People would pay $20 for a ticket, complain that they are sitting in a fucking fold-up patio chair with no seatbelt, bumping their head off the goddamn thing, and the person they would complain to doesn't speak Spanish, Portuguese, or English. They're speaking 14th century French, because holy fuck, only time travelers would work for that low of money. And I'm talking 14th century time travelers.
Speaking of dead languages.
The wages were low. The planes were put together with duct tape and paper mache, and Flex Seal would hide up the engine holes right there. It was more than just a bumpy ride, Tony. It was an environmental hazard. There are many reasons that Spirit Airlines were delayed. Either a duck would run into it and create a giant hole past the paper mache, or there was actual wind in the air that was predicted, and they had to wait for it to die down, so that way the fucking plane didn't veer off into the whole new direction, because they didn't want to use as much gasoline needed to actually keep the plane straight. Sparky has got something there on the big board, and we're flipping it around. Easy day, just have to deliver. Oh my God! God.
Oh, the bread.
See, and that should say Delta on the other end, because
that's
holy
true.
shit.
When you get on a plane or you travel on a plane, do you ever look at the people and think, oh my God, if this crashes, I could survive? Or do you look at them and say, fuck, I'm going to have to eat 90% of these people?
Oh, fuck.
That's a really great question. I went on a plane, Japan Airlines, right? And it's an 18-hour trip. So I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I hate the fact that I'm going to have to hear everybody eat. The Japanese are such quiet people. I didn't hear a word. I didn't hear a peep. Everybody was going full stream. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. 18 hours and I haven't heard anybody sneeze, argue, get up. The politeness was there.
No, by the way, they are a cultured people.
Tony, if that flight was
very polite.
You have sex on.
if they had sex, it was very quiet sex in the bathroom. You didn't hear them. It was just like if I could have spent 40 hours in that flight. Oh my God, everything was great. Everything was outstanding on American Airlines. The food was outstanding as well. But there are some instances where you're looking around yourself, and I know what you mean, where you're like, you could point out like, eat them, kill them, eat them. And they are charging more money for fat people to fly because they're weighing the whole thing down. They're charging more. They're charging fat people in some airlines.
As they should.
Because nobody wants the overfill. Nobody wants the overfill.
No, I have a sports car. I got a weight limit. I'll put your ass on a scale before you get into my sports car.
What kind of car?
We can 300Z.
Woo, yeah. They are not getting in that goddamn thing.
No.
It's not built for anyone over 5 feet tall.
Well, I got T-tops, so your head can stick out. You just can't weigh over 250.
That's true. It looks like a giant shoe when tall people get in there.
Sparky, what's going on there? He says, our new Asian pilots, holy fuck, way too low. Oh, bang, boom.
Well, I do tell you, if you go to California, it's scarier. And you probably just get tie-dyes and fruit and figs and stuff. But if you fly from Vegas to the Midwest, you could totally survive a plane crash. There's there's a mechanic, there's somebody that can knit, there's sewing, there's everything. There's somebody that can and cook for you.
Like the plane crashes in fucking Kansas and they're all like, should we call for help? No, I don't have any signal. I guess we live here now.
There'd be a new community. We'd build.
No, I've been out to the West Coast at least 3 times in my life. I went out to California twice, and I've been out to Vegas once. And unique, very, very unique flying conditions compared to like for each individual one. But I can't remember, not necessarily even picking people out. Where you're like, God, I'd eat that dude. Oh yeah, that dude's fucked. He's gonna.
That's worthless. I hope he dies on the way down.
I have inside of my head, I've called people worthless before because I try to find value in just about everything. But when that worthless word comes up, I'm like, yeah, and you know it when you see it too. When it's just like when it turns into somebody.
I love retards. I date them all the time.
What?
That was the hard R word. I love it. Love it.
You can say retard.
You could say retard. Retard is still a thing. Of
course you can.
Retard, it just means somebody abnormal.
Exactly. And for you to not say retard is more condescending by saying like, oh no, they're special. Like, whoa, fuck, they know they're not. What are you talking about? They
know how special they are by the drool and the wookie eyes.
Yeah, they know
the way they talk to you. You're beautiful.
Yeah. They know they're not like everybody else.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble. You guys,
listen,
yeah, you are.
When I get, if I am standing,
I've got half the shit out in my brain. I was gonna say it. Now I just went over the R line.
When I
it is next. No.
Don's going skiing.
Oh, that's great.
Don, if you were going to give anybody life advice, what would it be?
To love yourself so somebody else can love you more.
Aww. That's some lovely advice.
That is good.
How about sexual advice? What would be your sexual advice to someone struggling?
You have a hand.
Yeah.
And lift yourself up. No, my sexual advice is and please tell this to your girl when she grows up. If you're going to share that part of yourself with somebody else, remember that you are going to give part of your soul away and you're never going to get it back. And
fair advice.
You're going to give part of your heart and soul away, and you're never going to get it back. So think about, who do you really want to give that part of yourself to?
I don't know. Who was your first, Don? Who was your first? Who was your first and why was it Jesus?
Why? How old do you think she is, Tony?
Oh God! Oh God!
Oh God!
Yeah, how many times do you think? How many times do you think Jesus used that pickup line? You know, they're gonna crucify me tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you. Okay, so let me tell you about my coma real quick, since we're leading back into God and yelling.
We're ready.
So, I only remember things like 6 blocks back from where I got T-boned by the semi in my Volkswagen. Took him 4.5 hours to get me out. I was curled up in a ball in the passenger side of the Volkswagen. So I don't remember. I remember something about the car, but I don't know if I do or not. I do remember in the hospital, before I was pushed up into purgatory or wherever it was, I remember looking down at myself and the doctors and my mom and seeing like an overview of the hospital. And then you're just in this white space. Now, people I knew were there, but there's nothing physical about it. Like, you can't see them. You just know by their spirit that you're there. And got to ask questions and talk and did all this stuff. And, you know, there's always that low part in the conversation, like what's going to happen next. And that happened. And I'm like, okay, let's go. It's very, very happy there. And I was like, okay, let's go. And then a voice came out that I'd never heard before and said, not now, I have more for you to do. And then I woke up with a massive headache and got green jello and was sent home.
Was it Jeff Ross?
Huh?
Was it Jeff Ross?
No.
Was it a man's voice or was it a woman's voice?
It was a deep man's voice.
Wow, always a man telling a woman that she's got more for her to do.
I guess it could have been a woman's voice.
Yeah, right.
I have like,
hold on.
Voice. It was just something I'd never heard. It was very peaceful and strong.
Was it James Earl Jones?
Yeah.
Ooh, good call.
But if I can describe heaven to you, it would be, first, you only have 2 emotions, fear and love, and everything else stems from those, right? Fear is doubt, self-worth, all that stuff. Love is peace, joy, everything for happiness. So you only have those 2 emotions. When you're up there, if you take having your child, the best sex you've ever had, the best food you've ever eaten, the best joke you've ever heard, all of that joy you take that you've had in your life and you roll it up into a big ball and you multiply it by a God 1,000 or a God billion.
There you go.
Then you are just literally a grain of sand or a speck of dust in the love that you were created from and will go back to. Now, I do from this believe in, well, look at your baby. That's pure love. That's what you come from. Anybody can look at a baby at any minute and realize that's how you started. That's who you are. You're perfect and loving and trusting and everything. And then society and your parents say no, and take it all away from you. And that's the hardest thing as a parent, is letting that little human be who they want to be and not tell them, no, that's hot. They're
Force them into something else. Force them.
Yeah.
They'll know it's hot right after they touch it.
Live your dreams for your children.
And get back up because they know it's what they got to do.
I mean, they could all be Taylor Swift, but they cannot.
I told Amelia she could play the WNBA if there still is a WNBA.
Yeah. She'd be much better at than anyone there right now.
Yeah.
So I think if we just, nobody should be afraid of death, and you're just a grain of sand in the love that's out there waiting for you.
I love it.
Have a hard time thinking. I don't think it matters what you do here on earth. I think that's why they call it hell on earth, because we're not living in the pure love we were created in. And that's why it's hell on earth. Now, I do think that once we're in heaven, we do, some of us, me, want to come back down here, because I don't think you can create in heaven, because that's just love and peace and joy. So you just are. You can give that energy back.
Don, you're a creative soul.
Well, I think you can give that energy back. And that's why I also think a lot of people will pray, I've been lack, and yada, yada.
God is not a magical genie.
Well, God can't even hear you in that vibration, because he didn't make you in that vibration. Yeah. So when you're happy and you're laughing at comedy, or you're making love to your wife or your girlfriend, that's when you should really manifest everything you want, because I believe that orgasm is the closest you can get to God on earth and his joy and love.
You know what they call that in French, right?
Gooning? Is that what they call it in French?
It's gooning, yeah. No, the translation of orgasm is actually translated into godly touch.
Which it is. I totally believe that. And that's how you create such beautiful children, you know?
We're trying our best. Little Millie's beautiful as all hell right there. You know,
right?
She's doing her thing.
Make 1 million of them, Kevin. Make 1 million.
Make 1 million.
Well, you got to start making them, because our average has gone from 2.6 to 1.4. Nobody's having sex and engaging with each other anymore.
So expensive to have children.
I don't know. I got some neighbors down the road.
Put them all to work.
To do everything.
I know. Put them all to work.
Right in the cold.
Hey, I believe in child labor. Yours is going to start in 2 years. You're going to have the best little slave.
As long as they know how to write and read, then off to the factory with them. You know,
off to the factory with you.
But you know what they should do?
They don't even have to know that. They'll clean up after you and do dishes.
I think that if people do 30 years of work, they should be able to retire. And that is it. 30 years of work, then you're good to retire fully. That sounds like a fair deal right there. So if you're 8 years old and you start working full time,
get in there.
You are retired.
Get your hands dirty.
You are retired by the age of 38. Sounds cool, right? That's fair enough. Why we had to fucking work for 50, 60 goddamn years, and then
you know what's the coolest? You know what's the coolest?
Jobs. Well, how old were you when you had your first job?
I was 14 when I had my first job.
I was 13. How old were you?
16.
My son was 17. I mean, I made him go do things before that, like lemonade stand, but the tax man.
Oh,
job.
yeah.
Unless you're counting altar boy work, which I was 7 until 13. So
I know, but that's blocked out of your memory right now.
It is. I can't. I got a court order to not talk about that.
That's true. That's true.
Just,
you know what I got a court order for to end this show?
What the fuck? They already ordered it. Oh my god! Why? It was which comment?
I object.
Which comment?
How dare they?
Which comment?
They said, "Here's an injection for your dicks."
Will we go the same place where Spirit Airlines go after the show?
Never know.
No.
Where do we go?
Never know.
You're not going to end up with that luggage.
It'll disappear just like Spirit Airline luggage.
Well, Spirit Airline, we say Spirit Airline, the Podguys Podcast says farewell to you. As bad as people said you were, your planes never went into buildings. So you're 1 better than Delta, 2 better than Delta, 4 better than Delta Airlines.
Facts.
4 better.
4.
For a simple $20 bill, you can go from Kansas to Japan. I mean, it's going to be a bumpy ride. But you will not go into a building.
Let's end the show.
End it.
John, if people were going to get in touch with you, how would they do it?
You pick up the phone and you call me, 702-808-2305. You go to Red Dawn, Red Goddess of Love on IG. You go to Dawn
Love your shit.
Smith
Great
on
opportunity.
Facebook.
Great opportunity.
That's right. You go to 420 Speed Dating on Facebook and on IG because we're going to be getting you together with that smoking mate soon.
Ooh.
And yes.
And the Giving Water.
What
of course.
else? That's it.
The Giving Water.
The Giving Water. Well, that's where you call me.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
420 love list
and
in
giving in the community. And
hell
then
yeah.
watch for my podcast coming out.
Ooh.
Hey, we'd love to come on if you'll have us. That's the thing that
I'd love to have you come on me. Ha 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 ha.
It'll be a three-way.
Three guys. Play the song Pearl Necklace by ZZ Top right
Yeah,
there.
we will. Sparky, where can you find us if you were looking for us, sir?
Sparky?
Sparky,
Yeah, he's
what's
there.
going on?
He's there.
He's doing
Come on.
it. He's pressing the
Doing
button.
the thing.
Oh,
There he
you are,
is.
Sparky.
You can find us on every single major streaming platform, including iHeart, Spotify, Spreaker, Deezer, CastBox, Pocket Cast, GeoReel, Facebook Live Video, Amazon, YouTube.
Go there now. I thought that was all cannabis behind you. I thought that was all different types of weed. I was so excited.
It's all things that you can smoke cannabis out of.
Yeah, those are all pod figures right there.
Pot figures, yes.
Pop figures, yeah.
Okay.
Pop figures.
Pot. He's Sparky is a collector of all things Star Wars, all things pop figures, or whatever the hell they are.
Pot figures.
Reminds me of the UFO.
True. Guys, thank you very much for watching the Podguys Podcast every Monday night, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, the ever-loving Picasso.
Late Sparky.
And of course, the Giving Water of her own, Don Smith, not Smith Weir. Thank you very much, sweetie. We will talk to you soon. Guys, tune in, share, like, do all the things. We'll catch you same bat time, same bat channel next week.
Don't hate, masturbate.
Woo! Bye, everyone.